everybody, welcome to the Coach's Corner. We're doing a little intro. We do have an interview later today, but we want to take this first segment and kind of preview the upcoming games, talk about last week's games. Last week I was at South Pittsburg at Dade County. That was a tough break for Pirate fans. A lot of Pirate fans were upset after that one. You know, they didn't play their best football. The Pirates didn't. And I think anyone who was there knows that. There are a lot of penalties, especially in the first drive. Dade County kept the ball in their hands for a lot of that first drive because of South Pittsburgh's penalties, jumping off sides, and you cut some of that out. It's a different football game. A lot of South Pittsburgh fans will tell you that the officiating was was a factor. And
well, I think your point about the clock, because they took almost 8 minutes for their first scoring drive, and you can't keep your offense off the field that long, for that long and expect to put points up. So, but yeah,
and to talk about the officiating there. You can't let that become a factor. That is the main thing. Tennessee school, going to play at Georgia school, Georgia refs. I think everybody knew which side the calls were going to go on. It's hard to get calls when you're
I'm not taking the bait on that one.
But I think, you hear a lot of Pirate fans upset. Obviously, they're not a school that's used to losing football games, so anytime it happens, it's a big deal a little bit. So, where I saw it is it's a completely different state, completely different ranking. It doesn't affect the Pirates' ability to make it to the playoffs, so then doesn't affect their chances of achieving their ultimate goal, which is a state championship.
So they got to see some different sets, I think a long-term win, lose, or draw, it's going to be better for the Pirates as they go into the postseason, assuming that happens. So I was lucky enough that I got to watch the second half of Marion County with Tellico Plains, and I got to give Marion County credit. They seem to be finding the formulas each week that work. Obviously, their playmakers are key. Tay Hutchins, Riley Rogers, all played diligent ball in the first 3 quarters, but they even had some people come in off the bench. Schrader, oh my goodness, Sam Pickett was, I don't think he came off the bench, but he got some carries. Benjamin Royal got to see some action. So again, this was a good game for the Warriors all the way around. It's a district win, and they got some guys some experience and sat down their starters. Obviously, having a fruitless injury doesn't do them any good. So just all in all, looked really good. And in your interview last week, he said part of it is, we gotta stick with our game plan and make sure that we're executing, and I felt like they did. In the first half, I got to watch Saddle Creek visiting Whitwell, and honestly, the start of that game was spooky because both teams there were turnovers on downs, there were fumbles, neither one of them looked real strong, and I gotta confess, I got a bad pit in my stomach. But obviously Whitwell started firming things up, and they had some inspirational speeches from the sideline on that. But they are, and Chandler Britton did a great deal of the movement of the ball. But again, Brandon Easterly at quarterback. He scored an early touchdown on a collapsing pocket. I don't think it was a planned play, but to have players on the field that can recognize those opportunities and just keep their composure, that's a big deal. And, Mordecai was in the mix on a lot of these things. They got a lot of good players that only pop up every so often, but when they do, you can tell the defense was planning for, Britton or Easterly, and then you have like a J.J. Janelle come out of left field, and, nobody's really giving him a defensive consideration, and he makes you eat it. So I like all the tools that the Tigers have. I would love to see them more consistently spread that out over all their weapons. And, part of it is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Britton and Easterly can get you to that first yard marker, which is all you're worried about on that field. It's easy to sit here and judge and give ideas.
Yeah. Well, this upcoming Friday, we talk about South Pittsburg. They're going to have Austin East at school, a school out of Knoxville. I'm not personally too familiar. I'm hearing things on both sides that it's going to be a good game. I'm hearing that Pittsburgh will roll over them. I'm sure that's what South Pittsburg fans say. That's the side that's telling me that. But I think it's going to be a game that South Pittsburgh is going to have to come out and fight. I mean, they've had a rough season, a rough few weeks. The COVID shutdown, the tough game against North Jackson, this past week against Dade County. This may be a statement win for South Pittsburgh if they can come out and put some points up on the board. Marion County has Tyner.
Yeah, that's the makeup game.
The makeup game. This is another one that people are talking about. It's kind of going to be a statement win for Marion County if they can beat Tyner.
And give credit to Tyner. They could have told us to go fly a kite. They had the COVID win, and they're the ones that agreed to come make that game up. So I thought that was a class act. Again, it's going to be a district game. It's going to have some ramifications for the postseason. So I suspect that, and it is in Jasper. So a lot of things going right for Marion County. Again, if they can stay consistent, minimize their mistakes, I think they'll have a positive outcome.
And then that leaves Whitwell. Whitwell is going to be traveling to Grundy County, trying to string together those 3 wins in a row. That'll be very exciting. Grundy looking for their first win. Haven't picked one up yet, but as you'll see later in this episode, Coach Stephenson tells us that Grundy's a better team than their record shows. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think they are. Again, it's a question of getting all your components to work at the same time. Having one of 11 guys hitting on all cylinders is not going to get you a victory. You've got to have 5, 6, 7 in your line working, together. And once it does, all these Cinderella teams come out of left field. Fact is, skill's been there the whole time. It's just a question of putting it all together.
Well, good slate of games for this upcoming Friday.
Indeed.
Like I said, South Pittsburgh at home versus Austin East. We'll have Marion County at home versus Tyner. And Whitwell traveling to Grundy County.
Yep.
So I'm going to send it over to our dashing host of the Coach's Corner to talk to Coach Stephenson out at Whitwell. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Coach's Corner here on 104.9 The River. However you may be watching or listening, we appreciate you tuning in. Our guest this week, head coach of the Whitwell Tigers, Coach Rocky Stephenson. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Doing good?
Yep, good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to have you back on. It's a rainy day. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're here. We're doing it, so it's a good day. Had a lot of different things we wanted to get to. I did want to start off talking about the the few weeks that you guys had off for COVID, the shutdown, just kind of tell us how tough that was to deal with and kind of what you guys had to do to stay on track during that time.
Yes, that was a difficult time. We had to get our players to kind of exercise and run on their own, and we weren't allowed to have any practices. So, it was a setback. We're trying to overcome that, and, we come back and we told our players where we're going to hit the reset button, so to speak, and start a new season. We ended up missing 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's one thing I was kind of talking about. Like, it's missing 3 games. You guys were only 2 weeks into the season. You guys kind of got hit harder by it. Was there the reset? Was there a reacclimation period, kind of getting back into the swing of things?
Yes, we were. The first game back, we had the 3rd ranked team in the state, which was South Pittsburg. So we had a week to prepare. So that was a difficult task, but I felt like our guys, did the best they could, and that was a game. I felt like going into it, not knowing what to expect from our kids and stuff. I thought they played well, for at least one half, but I feel like that game was a turning point to our season.
I definitely want to get to that. I just want to, I feel like we're trying to get past the COVID shutdowns and everything like that. I just wanted to know if you guys were doing anything to kind of prevent another one of those happening.
Yeah, there's precautions that we are taking now. Extra cleaning, sanitation is definitely a factor in it. Also, each kid is given their own water bottle, and just taking those precautions moving forward.
Have you ever imagined you would have to deal with something like this before when you're getting into it?
Mm-hmm. We dealt with it last year, but I wasn't the head coach then, so I thought coming into the summer, we could move on and put COVID behind us, but it come around again. So,
and I like what you said. Hit the reset button. Kind of new season, starting fresh. But the last time you were here, you were talking about kind of building a culture here at Whitwell. And this is just something that I saw. I was here covering the district volleyball tournament yesterday, and saw several of the football players in there supporting the volleyball team. Was that anything that you've known about, kind of telling them to go support the other teams around here?
Absolutely. That's part of the culture of us, and I like to get my guys behind softball, volleyball, the other sports. So we all support each other here at Whitwell High School.
And they weren't just there. They were cheering. They were getting into the game. It's a very exciting game. I'll be honest. I don't know what's going on, but it's very
having
fun
a little
to watch.
fun with it.
It's fun to watch. But I thought that spoke to the culture that you were talking about building here.
Right. And we always talk about family. So, getting other sports involved with what we're doing, and also have participated in what they're doing as part of the whole culture thing.
And going back to the game that you were talking about against South Pittsburg, your first week back, obviously didn't end up the way you would have liked, but 14-0 at halftime, like you said, number 3 team in the state. Kind of what were you telling your guys going into that one?
Yeah, going into that game, we really wanted to look at our physicality. We know that South Pitt's 3rd ranked team in the state, and they're a good football program. So we just wanted to hang in there and play hard-nosed football with them. And I was really proud of our kids, the way we played in that game. And I feel like what we got out of that game going forward is we feel like we can play with any 1A school in the state. So.
And we'll get to that. There's some games the next few weeks after that South Pittsburg game. We'll get to that after the break. But I felt like that South Pittsburg game was a turning point. You talk about the reset, come out, play a hard-fought game.
I feel like that may have. Would you agree that did you guys some good, kind of moving forward?
Absolutely. So after the game, we met with the kids and we just talked about going ahead and hitting the reset button. It's a new season. We had missed 3 games and hadn't practiced in 3 weeks and went down and did a pretty good job. We didn't like the score, but we did like the way our kids competed. So we kind of hit the reset button and talked about, our next 5 games and our next 5 opponents. So, yeah, we definitely hit the reset button.
Well, we got more games to talk about. It's been a while since we've had Coach Stephenson on. We got some things to catch up on, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
They're back. Western Sizzlin' is now open, offering kitchen menu items including their new grilled Atlantic salmon. Or enjoy side items like fried okra, baked potatoes, macaroni and cheese, a new salad bar, fresh baked yeast rolls, and dessert choices. At Western Sizzlin', full catering service is available, as well as parties of up to 10 per table. For their to-go customers, Western Sizzlin' is now offering delivery with dinnerdelivered.com or curbside pickup at 423-942-5777. Come on by and give Western Sizzlin' a try and enjoy their new hours. That's right, Western Sizzlin' is now open 7 days a week, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Western Sizzlin', located just off I-24 at exit 155, 1130 Tennessee Highway 28 in Jasper. Western Sizzlin', they can't wait to serve you. And don't forget, now offering delivery with dinnerdelivered.com or curbside pickup at 942-5777. Western Sizzlin'.
B&B Recycling is proud to support the Coach's Corner. Committed to providing honest and quality customer service under new ownership, Paul Blevins and crew are waiting to fulfill all your everyday and commercial scrap metal needs. For prices and hours, call 256-437-9999 or find B&B Recycling on Facebook. That's 256-437-9999 and ask about free container services for commercial accounts. Back to the show. We're back with the Coach's Corner. Got Coach Rocky Stephenson. Before the break, we were talking about the South Pittsburg game. Didn't end up the way you guys would have liked, but definitely kind of got the ball rolling, and the last 2 weeks have went your way. The first game coming off of the South Pittsburg game was Red Boiling Springs. You guys went up there. Got the win. It was 58-14, big win. Kind of tell me what you saw from your team in that one.
In that game, one thing as a coaching staff, we were proud of our team. We actually executed. We didn't make very many mistakes, and we needed a game like that to help build our confidence going forward. So we were pleased with that game overall. We, like I said, we had very few mistakes. So you're always happy when that occurs.
I know the team was looking for that first touchdown. That's what I've been hearing the past. Before that, the weeks before that, they were looking for that first touchdown. So I know that must have felt nice to finally get in the end zone there.
Yeah, we had a few that night. So
yeah,
those were probably built up from the other games.
I was personally excited. I'm not just saying this because you're right here next to me, but I was at South Pittsburg, North Jackson that night, and it was halftime. I just went to tune into the radio for a little bit, and I heard Whitwell. It's up 33-0 on Red Boiling Springs. I was like, let's go, Whitwell. Got one in the end zone, getting the ball rolling, going in the right direction. What was the ride back from that game like? It had to be an exciting time.
Yeah, the ride back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kids were really excited, but we have a policy where we don't make too much noise, so it was kind of a little bit subdued after a win, but I did let them talk more than usual on bus rides. So they were all excited and thinking about it. They wanted to get back to practice on Monday, so they could improve and get better.
I would imagine, is that not a hard policy to put in place after a win, keeping them quiet? They weren't.
Well, it depends on if you want to go home with a headache or not. But no, we try to keep it semi-quiet. The bus driver, it's important to get us back all safely.
That is very true. That's a good point. Last week, you guys picked up another big win, 53-22 against Sail Creek. Kind of what were you able to build on from the Red Boiling Springs game going into that game?
Okay, going into Sell Creek, just watching them on film, they have a really good quarterback, and I felt like our DBs needed a lot of work that week to stop their passing attack. So we worked really hard on that and practiced that week, and our guys did a good job and defending the pass, because they're a good passing team. And offensively, we put a new wrinkles in here or there, and worked out well.
Yeah, my notes here have 543 total yards of offense. Kind of, what were you guys able to see and take advantage of in that game?
Well, I felt like we went to power football, and we just wanted to run at them and let our guys come downhill, so to speak. So that was our thinking going into it. That was our plan. And defensively, we knew that we had to watch the quarterback scramble and defend the pass.
And I would say the one negative thing from that game was the turnovers, the amount of turnovers you guys had. What have you done to kind of clean that part of the game up?
Yes, we were having problems with the snap, the center quarterback exchange. So we've worked on it this week, and we know that we got to clean up a lot from that aspect. So it's a work in progress. So
hey,
we had a few mistakes in that game, so we're trying to clean that up this week.
If you can make that many mistakes and still put up 53 points in a game, I think you're doing more good than bad. So I think you can live with that a little bit. Maybe not too much, but maybe a little bit. And then kind of talking about the bus ride back, keeping the energy down, but what's the overall energy like in the locker room this past week after these 2 wins?
Yeah, our team's excited. They're young. Mostly they're getting more confident from these wins, and winning breeds winning. So the more wins we get, I feel like we'll continue in that direction.
Do you ever have to balance, being excited about the win, letting them, celebrate, but keeping them on track for, getting back? I know you said they were ready to come back to practice. Has that been an issue at all, kind of getting them?
Yeah, I mean, you can be happy for a little while, but you always have to get back to work. Never satisfied. We can't ever be satisfied. But at the same time, you have to praise your kids when they're actually doing things right. So that's my approach on it.
Well, we're here with the Coach's Corner. We got Coach Stephenson. They're looking for 3 wins in a row coming up this Friday. We'll take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll dive into that matchup a little bit. This is Coach's Corner.
Harbin Automotive, located at 570 Micah Way in Scottsboro, has over 600 vehicles in stock and guarantees with Harbin's value pricing. Any customer can rest assured they're paying the lowest price anywhere in the nation on every model line that Harbin has in stock. Providing a range of new, used, and certified pre-owned vehicles, anyone at Harbin Automotive, from the knowledgeable staff of the Business Development Center to the fully staffed finance department, all Harbin employees can help customers find the price and style they're searching for, while the service department can get that new car ready to be driven from the lot or the showroom in a matter of minutes. Shopping for a new or used vehicle can be a big decision. However, that doesn't mean it can't be one that's enjoyed by everyone. Visit Harbin Automotive, 570 Micah Way in Scottsboro. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Saturday, 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Call 256-259-6400 or shop online anytime at harbinautomotive.com. Make the short drive and save at Harbin Automotive, Scottsboro, Alabama.
I look to the tower for vision, because someday I'll have to send him to college, and I want to be ready.
We look to the tower for strength, because cash flow sometimes doesn't flow at all. You need a strong partner behind you.
My family looks to the tower for innovation.
Well, that and lollipops for the children.
Look to the tower. Tower Community Bank. A higher standard. TowerCommunityBank.com.
B&B Recycling is proud to support the Coach's Corner. Committed to providing honest and quality customer service under new ownership, Paul Blevins and crew are waiting to fulfill all your everyday and commercial scrap metal needs. For prices and hours, call 256-437-9999 or find B&B Recycling on Facebook. That's 256-437-9999 and ask about free container services for commercial accounts. Back to the show. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. We've got Coach Stephenson here at Whitwell High School. Before the break, we kind of talked about the momentum building, 2 wins in a row, 2 big wins, put up a fair amount of points in both games. Got a game coming up Friday, that'll be October 8th. You guys are traveling to Grundy County. What has the message been to the team this week?
This week, we need to let our players know, and we've been telling them, how good of a team Grundy actually is. They've had a tough schedule, but just watching some of their film, we know, that they're a pretty good team, and they'll come hit you. They're physical, and they're big up front, and they can cause a lot of problems for us if we're not ready. So we're just trying to get our kids ready, and we can't have any letdown this week.
That was going to be my next question, is if you had a chance at this point to watch any of Grundy's film and kind of what you had seen from them, what people, Tiger fans, should expect, what kind of offense are we looking at from Grundy?
Yeah, they run the wing tee, and they're physical. They'll try to run at us, I feel like. And they can jump into a spread offense. So they try to do things out of the spread and the wing tee. But they are physical and big up front, so our defense is going to have to be up to the challenge Friday night.
What are some of their guys? What are the numbers that people should be looking out for from Grundy?
That's an easy one. 79.
79.
Yes, he's a big player. Runs well, and he's aggressive. So he plays defensive end. So you always have to know where he's at on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have other players, skilled people that are fast and do a good job.
Number 79. Those big number jerseys are only reserved for the big boys. So I know he's got to be big, whoever he is. If you say number 79. Only one day of practice. What have you been? This is Tuesday. We're filming this, by the way, so no one gets confused. But you guys have had one day of practice so far. What have you kind of been working on in that day?
Yeah, we come down on Sunday and meet as a coaching staff, and we usually get a game plan, so to speak. Talk about what we feel like we need to do. So, we've come up with a defensive plan, and then also offensive plan. So we talk about that on Sunday as a coaching staff. So yesterday we were just trying to implement some of the plans that we have talked about. And it was mostly a learning day. Our kids are still a little bit sore from the game Friday night. So we get soreness out, and then it's just a good learning day.
Without giving away too much, what are you guys learning, if you can? If you can't share it, I understand, but what is the learning day?
Well, it's just I can't get into the specifics of the plays, but we've added a few plays here and there, both offensively and defensively.
Well, should be an exciting one. Tiger fans, not too far of a drive. Make the drive, come support the team. Good luck to you, Coach. I appreciate you coming on again. Love to get you on one more time this season. We'll see how it goes. We only have a few more episodes of this left, so we'll see. But I do appreciate you coming back on.
Absolutely. Yeah, come by anytime.
If you missed us while we're live here on 104.9 The River, if you missed that, you can go to our YouTube page. It's Coach's Corner-TN. You can find us on Facebook, Coach's Corner-TN. And we have a website, coachescornertn.com, so you can go to the website. We're trying to get up to date on that with who's going to be on the show, and it'll have all the past episodes. But Yeah, you can find us there. Coach, once again, I do appreciate your time. Good luck this Friday. And until next time, this has been the Coach's Corner.